Hey everyone, I'm Wes and welcome to Securish. This is our series where we break down cybersecurity topics and make them so simple anyone can get it, even my grandma. Hey Grandma Bands. Today, we are going to pull back the curtain on something we all use every single day, passwords.
So I know we've been hammering this point home, telling you to have strong passwords, but today we're dedicating the entire episode to it. We're not just going to talk about the what, we're diving deep into the why. We'll look at some really good habits versus some really common bad ones. All right, let's get into it.
Okay, so first things first. For years, we were all told the same thing, right? Your password has to be complicated. You got to throw in numbers, capital letters, a bunch of symbols. Well, it turns out that advice isn't exactly the whole story anymore.
Let's just look at two examples. On one side, we have password 1. It's got the capital letter, the symbol, the number. It checks all the old boxes. On the other side, correct horse battery staple, just 4 normal random words. So Grandma, I gotta ask you, and everyone watching, which one do you think is actually stronger?
Well, the answer, it's not even close. The difference is absolutely staggering. A modern computer could probably crack password in just a couple of days. But correct horse battery staple, that same computer would need literally trillions of years to guess it. Yeah, trillions. So here's the big takeaway. The one thing you really need to remember, length beats complexity every single time. Adding a few symbols is like adding a few more locks to your door. But adding more length, that's like making the door 100 miles thick. It makes the problem exponentially harder for a hacker to solve.
Okay, so you might be wondering, why is length so much better? Well, to get that, you gotta understand how the bad guys actually operate. It's not some person in a hoodie hunched over a keyboard guessing your birthday. It's all about powerful automated tools. See, they have this whole toolkit of tricks they use. There's brute force, where a computer just tries every possible combination. There are dictionary attacks, using massive lists of common words. Phishing, where they trick you into just giving it to them. And then there's a really sneaky one called credential stuffing.
All right, Grandma, you ready? It's pop quiz time. So, let's say you use the exact same password for your super important email account and also for that website where you order pizza on Fridays. Is that a good habit or a bad habit?
Oh yeah, that is a huge bad habit. And here's why. That little pizza website, it might get hacked. It happens all the time. The hackers then take that list of emails and passwords, and they automatically try logging into major websites, like your bank, your email, everything, hoping you reused it. That's credential stuffing.
Okay, round 2. How about using your cat's name? Something simple you'll never forget, like Whiskers1. Good habit or bad habit?
Yep, you guessed it, another bad habit. Those automated tools the hackers use are crazy fast. A dictionary attack will run through every common name and word in a flash. And then a brute force tool will try adding numbers like 1 or 123. A password like Whiskers1 would be gone. Poof, in the blink of an eye.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the don'ts. Let's talk about the do's. The good news is the solution to all this is actually way simpler than you think. It's time to meet your new secret weapon, the passphrase.
So what is a passphrase? It's not complicated. It's just a bunch of random words you string together. The whole point is to make something really long that you can remember, but that's a total nightmare for a computer program to guess.
And the best part is, you don't have to be some creative genius to come up with one. Seriously, just look around you right now and pick 4 random things you see. Closet lamp, bathroom mug. Done. Or think of a silly image. Purple sunflower dancing moonlight. Just 4 or 5 words gets you a super strong password you can actually remember. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wes, that's great and all, but I have like 100 different accounts online. There is no way I can remember 100 different passphrases. And you know what? You are 100% right. Nobody can do that, which is exactly why we need our next secret weapon.
Let me introduce you to the Password Manager. Think of it like a super secure digital bank vault for all your passwords. It's an app that creates these incredibly long, random, impossible to guess passwords for every single site, and it remembers them all for you. The only thing you have to remember is one strong master password to unlock the whole vault.
And trust me, the perks here are a total game changer. These managers generate crazy 20+ character random passwords for you. They store everything with something called zero-knowledge encryption, which is just a fancy way of saying only you have the key. Not even the company that made the app can see your passwords. And the best part? It fills them in for you automatically.
So all this stuff is great for our personal accounts, right? But let's zoom out for a second. Think about a huge company or your workplace.
How do they handle making sure thousands of people can only get into the files and systems they're supposed to? It's kind of like managing the security for a giant skyscraper.
Well, big places use something called Identity and Access Management, or IAM. The easiest way to think about it is like the security guard in the lobby of that skyscraper. First, they check your ID to make sure you are who you say you are. That's the identity part. Then they hand you a key card that only opens certain doors. That's the access part.
So how does that security guard know which key to hand out? That's where role-based access control, or RBAC, comes in. It's super simple. Your key card is based on your role. If you're an employee, your key opens your office. If you're a visitor, maybe it only opens the meeting room. It stops people from wandering where they don't belong.
Phew! Okay, I know that was a ton of information, but don't feel overwhelmed because we can boil it all down into a few really simple, really powerful things you can do right now to make your digital life way, way more secure.
So here it is, your security to-do list. Number 1, use long passphrases. Think 15 characters or more for any password you actually have to memorize. 2, get a password manager to create and store unique passwords for everything else. 3, and this is so important, every single account gets its own unique password, no exceptions. And 4, turn on multi-factor authentication everywhere you possibly can. It is like having a second deadbolt on your digital door.
And all of this kind of leads to a really interesting question about what's next. I mean, we're already unlocking our phones with our faces and fingerprints. New tech is rolling out that could get rid of passwords altogether. So you have to wonder, are we slowly but surely heading toward a future where we don't need passwords at all?
And that's a wrap on this episode of Secure-ish. We really hope these tips help you feel more in control of your online safety. Right, Grandma? If you learned something today, do us a favor and hit that like button and follow for more. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out there.